Hello, my name is Fátima Castro. I'm studying the fourth semester of the degree in finance, and in this video I will talk about the case solved during the Econometric Models class. In this case, a problem is present about the elections in the United States during 2014. We are mainly looking for the way to increase the votes in favor to the Republicans, making a forecast for 2024. The procedure is to follow the analysis of several variables obtained from a database that provides us the case. It is important to perform different regression models that allow you to analyze the effectiveness and credibility of each of the variables, as well as their efficiency when two or more of them work together. As an initial activity, different regression models were performed with the help of Excel. However, the highest percentage of R-squared was 58%. Considering that it is necessary for the model to be much more efficient, more regression models were made with the combination of new variables in order to observe in what way we could have a higher R-squared, which will help us to continue with the rest of the necessary econometric models. This with the help of the R programming language. Thanks to the adjustments made to the regression model and the variables used, we obtain a combination of variables with 73% of effectiveness to be able to continue with the analysis of the situation. The variables used for this analysis were people without insurance, unemployment, average income of the population, people with at least a bachelor's degree, and non-Latino white people. And all these variables will help us to perform the rest of the econometric models in order to determine the decisions that must be made to have an optimistic scenario in 2024. Fortunately, the variables chosen and used were very efficient for the econometric models that we subsequently performed, since there were no autocorrelation or heteroscedasticity problems and no adjustments have to be made in the models. This can be observed by means of different tests, such as p-values analysis and R-squared. Finally, the Monte Carlo method was performed with useful tools to know what is the probability of a certain amount of the votes for a specific time and conditions. And with this, we obtain favorable results for the Republicans. Since the greatest probability is that the Republicans will have between 60 and 70% of the total of the votes in 2024, and according to the quartiles, there are probabilities between 50 and 75% of the total of the votes. Finally, it is important to mention that all the variables are related to each other, and each of them affects positively or negatively the number of votes. For this case, the only one that affects negatively is unemployment. If unemployment increases, vote decreases. And this led us to make important decisions that Republicans should consider for their campaign during 2024. For the case of unemployment and median earnings, it is important to generate new sources of income through incentives to those people who seek to establish little or medium business, because they are the ones who employ 75% of the country. Decrease racial discrimination as well as xenophobia to become an inclusive country in all aspects. For the insured variable, it is important to give people, especially those who are in a critical economic situation, the hope and confidence to live in a safe country. 5% of the population has a college degree, so increasing that percentage through scholarships will be a great benefit for the Republicans in 2024. Making this analysis is important in order to make the right decisions in the future. Thank you for your attention. Hello, my name is Fátima Castro. I'm studying the fourth